What are the biggest difference you notice when riding? The Pace 500, no doubt about it, looks to be much more of a sleek, slimmer bike. Okay guys, thanks for checking out the YouTube channel, Mike Rochester. Today, we're gonna be doing a comparison video between the Aventon Pace 500 2nd Gen step through and the Aventure step through as well. So let's take a look at both of these bikes and see which one's best for you. This video is probably going to be suited more for someone who might already have identified they want a step through bike and decided the brand, but we'll take a closer look at both. Some of the things that are staying the same, the speed of the bike is still going to go 28 miles per hour unlocked. The pedal assist level is still going to be pedal assist level 5. The range of the bike, actually the Pace 500 gets an extra 3 miles on the top end. The braking, they're both still going to have hydraulic disc brakes. They're both going to have 8-speed shifters. And I gotta say, the trigger shifter on these bikes by Aventon are amazing. Really love the fact that they use that trigger shifter. So easy to use and comfortable to the hand. So some of the things that are going to be a bit different are the Pace 500 is going to have a 48 volt 500 watt motor instead of a 750 watt motor. I really didn't notice a ton of difference in riding it, as I'm 250 pounds and almost 6 foot. It pulled me along just fine with no noticeable differences. The battery is a 12.8 amp hour battery instead of a 15 amp hour battery. The range, the Pace 500 actually has an extra 3 miles on the top end of the range. The biggest difference is going to be the weight. The Pace 500 is 52 pounds versus 73 pounds on the Adventure. You'll notice that more when you're riding without any pedal assist level on, or if you're stopping the bike at a stop sign and just really holding the weight of the bike up. The other thing, the Pace, that's going to be a little bit different is it doesn't have any suspension forks. I really didn't notice a difference riding in the street. The fact that it doesn't have suspension on the front forks. But I'm sure if you were off-roading a little bit, you would notice. But it's not really that kind of bike. The Pace 500 is 300 pounds weight limit versus 400 pounds on the Adventure. The tires, to say the obvious here, would be 4-inch thick tires on the Adventure, and then you're going to go down to 2.2-inch tires width-wise on the Pace. The saddle has a little bit of a difference. This is going to be a little more cushy, a little more firm, probably a slight more comfort on the Pace 500 when it comes to the saddle. The grips are very similar, although there is a flat part for your palm here where there isn't on the Adventure. I would say this is more of a cruising feel grip, and then this is going to be more of a off-roading kind of feel to it with the grip there. And the adjustable handlebars are nice on the Pace as well. So having those adjustable handlebars is, to me, a pretty big advantage for comfort when you're riding. So Those are going to be some of the biggest differences between these two bikes. I would say side by side, when you're really looking at them, the Pace 500, no doubt about it, looks to be much more of a sleek, slimmer bike, and it rides that way as well. When you're looking at the Aventure, you can really see the girth is going to be different, and that's where that 20-pound difference comes in. So the biggest difference, if you really were asking me, what are the biggest difference you notice when riding the Pace 500 versus the Aventure? I would have to definitely say the biggest difference is the weight of the bike when you're riding it. When you're pedaling without a hub motor assisting you, or you're holding the weight of the bike up when you come to a stop. Those would be the two biggest differences. I really didn't feel like the hub motor being 750 watt to 500 watt was a huge difference. And that's only because I'm not racing the bikes. When you're out cruising, you're not going to be able to have any problem keeping up one with the other. They're gonna ride very similar. The biggest thing is just going to come down to, can you handle the Aventure? It is a bit bigger. If you live somewhere where you have to carry the bike inside, maybe the Pace is a better bike for you. When you're traveling with the bike, the Pace may be easier to get around with. All right, let's get the front tires in the same shot so you can kind of see some of the comparison of the thickness of the tires. If they're both in the same shot, you can kind of see, just to put it in a little bit perspective. I mean, it's really hard from a video to get a complete feel for it, but when you look at both side by side like that, I think that kind of helps it to paint a picture of what it's really gonna look like in real life, in person. So when you put your hand here, you can feel the width of that down tube, and then here obviously it's much more narrow. Both carry the battery in that down tube too, so it keeps the center of gravity in the middle of the bike, which is nice. Let's take a shot here. This probably would be nice with the fender. You can see the fender with this tire versus that one. If I get them a little bit closer, you can kind of see the difference in the two. But when you look at the bikes really side by side, they're going to be similar in height because you can adjust your seat and you can adjust the handlebars to accommodate you for comfort. Okay, that's going to wrap this one up. The comparison video between the Aventon Pace 500 2nd Gen step-through and the Aventure bike, both being step-through bikes. Hopefully this video will help you make a decision on which one is best for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. You don't know how much that actually helps the YouTube algorithm to show our videos. So until next time, ride safe and have fun. See ya.